some regulatory requirements. Your commercial motor vehicle drivers, CMV drivers, need to know how to properly locate, distribute, and secure cargo according to the FMCSRs. You can check that in section 391.13. Now, you must be familiar with the right methods and procedures for securing cargo on and in your vehicle. Now, a vehicle cannot be driving unless the cargo is properly distributed and adequately secured properly. Now, that is according to section 392.9 of the FMCSRs. So, to note, a commercial motor vehicle cannot be operated or driven until the vehicle's cargo is properly secure, and the means of fastening the cargo must be safely secured, such as the vehicle's tailgate, the tailboard, the doors, the tarpaulins, the spare tire, and other equipment that's used during the operation. Tarpaulin is a sheet or cloth or a covering. For example, it could be a waterproof cloth or tarp, etc. Now, the cargo requirements and rules are made. The purpose for it is for your safety, and there are 4 vital requirements. So a cargo must never block your view ahead or to the right or left sides of the vehicle or your view. Cargo must never interfere with the free movement of your arms and legs. Cargo must not prevent you from reaching emergency equipment, because you need the emergency equipment for emergencies. Then cargo must not prevent you from or any other person from exiting the vehicle. Those are the 4 vital requirements that you have to keep in mind. And you must also inspect your cargo and load securing devices or equipment within the first 50 miles. Then you have to re-examine the load after driving for either 3 hours, 150 miles, or when you make a change of duty status after the initial inspection. And that's whichever comes first. And that's according to section 49, part 393 in the FMCSRs. Now, the regulation do require a CMV to be loaded, equipped, and cargo properly secured in a way that prevents the cargo from either leaking, spilling, falling, or from the vehicle. Now, the cargo must have stability, and stability is all cargo must be contained and secured in order to prevent shifting, because this could actually affect the vehicle's ability to even maneuver and control the vehicle itself. Then the cargo must have structures. So all cargo must be secured on or with the vehicle by structures of the acceptable strength, such as dunnage or dunnage bags or short bars, straps, or any combination of these. Now, dunnage is an inexpensive waste material that's used to support freight trucks or vehicle that's transporting, securing, or preventing cargo damage. And then you have prevent rolling. Cargo must be able to prevent rolling. So cargo that is likely to roll must be restrained and kept under control by using chocks, wedges, cradle, or any other equipment that's used to prevent rolling. So the equipment and devices that you use must not be capable of becoming unintentionally unfastened or unloosed while the vehicle is in transit or while it's in motion. And other things you should know about: cradle is a device or structure that holds a circular article, whereas chocks is a block or barriers that's placed in front of the wheels, and that's used to keep the vehicle from rolling. Now, securement devices. You need to know there are several types of devices you need to know to secure your cargo properly. And one of these securing devices is tie downs. Tie downs is a combination of securing devices that's used to attach articles or sections or pieces of cargo on a vehicle or trailer. And it's also attached to the anchor points. The anchor points is placed where the tie down is attached to the vehicle or article or section of that cargo. So in other words, the article point is placed so that way it's attached to the vehicle or the section of where the cargo is. So cargo that's secured by tie downs or placed beside each other must be placed in direct contact with each other or be prevented from shifting towards each other while in transit, meaning while you are transporting that cargo. Now, when you're using tie down, always check the rated load limit of the tie down and check for signs of wear or weakness before using the tie down. And remember to place the tie down flat on the load and secure it to the vehicle using chalks, hooks, both rails, rings, and other devices that are necessary and approved. So in other words, the tie down should be snugly tight, but not too tight enough to actually damage the load. Then the working load limit. So the working load limit of tie downs must be at least 1/2 times the weight of the article or articles being secured. For example, cargo weighing 30,000 pounds must have a aggregate working load limit of 15,000 pounds. So aggregate working load limit means the sum of working load limits of how much weight or force the tie downs and of other securing devices that can secure without breaking. So it's determined by 1/2 the working load limit that's attached to one anchor point of a vehicle to another anchor of the cargo. And it passes through over and around the vehicle of cargo, and it's attached on the same side and on the other side of the vehicle. Section 393.108 of the FMCSRs will show you a table of the working load limit of a tie down. And it's usually marked on the device, but if not, you must use the guide table in the FMCSRs. Also, if you look in section 393.110 in the FMCSRs, it'll tell you the specific minimum number of tie downs that you must use. And you have to be mindful of knowing which tie downs you must use depending on the type of commercial vehicle that you are operating. Now, there are also other types of devices that you need to know. For example, you have load bars. Load bars is a rubber feet that is placed against the vehicle walls or the ceiling and floor. Now with the load bars, it can be used vertically or horizontally. And you want to place the bars snugly against the cargo and then tightened with a jacking device until they are tightly wedged in place. Then another securing device is straps. So straps are devices that's used to secure the cargo on the vehicle. Now, a strap uses anchor points on a vehicle to restrain and secure the cargo. And they attach the anchor points inside the body, such as E-rails or A-rails, in order to keep cargo from moving. So you want to place the cargo tightly together or use dunnage to fill those voids when using load bars or straps in order to secure the rear of the load. And then of course, dunnage is loose material that's inserted around or between the cargo to secure it. Now, the types of dunnage that are used will be included cardboard, wood, carpet, dunnage bags, or void filter. Then you have the friction bar. You want to place that between the floor and the cargo to help prevent movement. And usually other forms of securement will be securing cargo as well with the friction mats. Then you have bracing. Bracing is a device that's used to put pressure on a piece of cargo in order to keep that in place. So with bracing is used to keep an article or cargo of an entire load from tipping. Now, by placing a structured device or another substance article against it, that will help keep the cargo from tipping. Now, bracing may also prevent or stop the load from shifting as well. So bracing must be strong enough to secure the cargo correctly and safely. And of course, you have blocking. So you want to use the blocks to actually prevent or stop the cargo from sliding, shifting, or moving. And by those fitting blocks, you want it to be snugly against the cargo's front, back, or sides of that cargo. Now, any material that's used for blocking must be strong enough to hold and support it from being split or crushed by the cargo or straps. Then you have ropes. So ropes are made from natural or synthetic fibers or wired, and they're used to secure the straps. It's another additional method of securing cargo, but ropes alone are not strong enough to secure the heavier cargo. And that's why you want to note that wire rope is strong, but it's difficult to attach to an anchor point, and therefore that's why rope is not the best choice to use. Then you have chains. Now, chains are made of carbon steel, high tensile carbon steel or steel alley. They are commonly used for securing flat loads because it's the most strongest and durable tie down. Then you have rubber rail. So rubber rail is a rail, whether metal rail, steel, or aluminum strip, that protects the side of the vehicle from impacts. So all tie downs and other cargo securements should be within near the rub rails whenever possible. And then of course you got edge protection. So edge protection is placed to the exposed edge of the place or section that actually protects the tie down or cargo from damaging, and actually allows for the tie down to slide freely when it's under the ascension. So you have the edge protection. So it prevents or stops different places of cargo from coming into direct contact with each other. That's what edge protection is. Then you have logistics strap that attaches to the trailer anchor points and is normally used across the rear of the cargo, or is used to secure the cargo to the side of the trailer. And a trailer is commonly for combination vehicles, Class A vehicles. Then you have the tarp. Now, tarp prevents loose material like sand, gravel, or salt from actually blowing or falling out of the vehicle. And it could also be used to protect cargo from the weather. So, for example, would be if you're driving a construction truck known as a dump truck, you have the tarp to cover the bed of the truck to prevent any type of rain or any damage, or prevent anything inside of the bed to actually fall out. So the tarp uses that to cover and protect it. That's an example. Either way, with the tarp, you want to check your mirrors frequently to make sure that tarp is mildly secured and is not loose or causing hazard for you and or others on the road. Hey, BET Trainer here. Listen, if you really had true value out of this video, go ahead and click that like button and share some honest comments about this video, because this is going to help other people as well see the video and get the value information, so that way they can be inspired by what you're doing right now as well. So also, if you want to get the latest updates, go ahead and click the subscribe button, so then you can be able to always be updated on the next instant video that will be put out. So again, go ahead and do that. And this video was sponsored by BET Life Services and CDL for Life.